the modern minority thing is it, there was a lot of laws and all that kind of played into it, you know. So what I learned was back in 1965 there was the Naturalization Act, and what that did was, in essence, that act was basically an anti-black law. And what it basically was it let high class working like individuals from foreign countries enter the U.S. And this is how that kind of that model minority myth kind of got into play, was because all these immigrants that were coming from foreign countries are quote unquote high working class, right? But there's fine line print in that law was that immigrants can also reunite with their families. And that's why we see a lot of waves of Japanese immigrants, Chinese immigrants, and all that stuff, Vietnamese, Filipino, all these other immigrants coming here to reunite with their families. And these people come into the country with nothing, right? But because the law said that they are high working class, that's all people think. These high working class people are coming in, therefore they're well off. They don't need our help, right? And so I watched this one documentary during that class, and they said that these like immigrants who came to reunite with their family were put in some of the most run down apartments you could ever see. No running water, no working electricity, just literally nothing, littered with like the trash. And it's just sad to see that these people were quote unquote were supposed to be what is it, the whole act was supposed to be bringing high class people, and then you see all these other people, and to add to that, they didn't even get help from the government or anything like that, you know. So that kind of built on that whole thing.
Yeah, and to go back a little bit, when you're talking about immigrants, it's also like they were treated so poorly, and then there's also compared to like Latinx communities from South America, and they don't get that privilege. They don't get the privilege to reunite with their families, and it's comparing the two communities. Like, yes, these Asian immigrants were able to come into America and reunite with their families, but there's a catch here. They don't get equal. They don't get it as equal as everyone else. They don't get the same rights as other citizens. And this other group of immigrants can't even enter.